Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your famous, friendly, family favorite fantasy football guy, and I'm back to go over week 4 NFL DFS with you guys. So I'm going over the Sunday slate right now, um, starting with the quarterbacks. Looking at Josh Allen. Josh Allen is averaging 25.5 points a game. The Saints rank 25th against the quarterback, 18th against the pass. Um, I think he's got a decent matchup, and guys, 25.5 points a game. I'm not sure you can go wrong there. Uh, he's 7,700 for a quarterback, and there's other options that I like better that are cheaper. With that said, 7,700 still seems cheap to me for a quarterback. Maybe I am just misthinking here on this, but I'm pretty sure quarterbacks at that level were higher salaried last year. I'm not sure if they changed it or not, but uh anyways, guys, that still seems cheap for me. 7,700 for him. You got Lamar Jackson, who's an absolute stud, averaging 27.6 a game. I don't love his matchup here, but he's going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, so I can imagine he's going to ball out. But again, there are options I like better. Jaden Daniels still hurt. Um, Jalen Hurts, guys, he's got a good matchup this week. He's averaging 22 fantasy points a game. Buccaneers are 22nd against the quarterback, 20th against the pass. I think Jalen Hurts is set up in a good spot here, going up against Tampa Bay, and we'll take a glance at Jared Goff. I don't love his matchup. Uh, yeah, no, the Browns are 11th against the quarterback, 4th against the pass, and first against the rush. It says so. I don't love this matchup, but he's averaging 20.5 points a game. Could be decent. I think Mayfield is he even playing in this game, guys? Okay, he's expected to play. He had a right bicep that was injured. The Eagles are 10th against the quarterback, 11th against the pass. I don't love that spot for Baker Mayfield. Uh, One of my favorite quarterbacks, if not my favorite on the slate today, uh, or for Sunday, excuse me, is Justin Herbert, guys. He's averaging 23.1 points a game. And the Giants are 26th against the quarterback, 28th against the pass, and they're 31st against the rush, which means some pressure can be taken off of them um, by the running backs. So I think Herbert is an excellent play for this week at New York. Brock Purdy, his matchup looked pretty decent. Keep in mind he's coming back from that turf toe injury, guys. Um, it's not an outstanding matchup. Jaguars are 17th against the quarterback, 17th against the pass. Uh, but I expect him to get some points. He's definitely not one of my favorite quarterbacks on the slate. Patrick Mahomes, however, is here, guys, um, against Baltimore this week. So Baltimore's 29th against the quarterback. They are 31st against the pass, 30th against the rush, which, as we said, can help take that pressure off of the quarterback. I think he's in an excellent spot. So my favorite two quarterbacks, um, right off the bat, anyways, are probably Justin Herbert and Mahomes. There are actually a few more that I like quite a bit. One of which is Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is in a spot at Oakland, where Oakland is 23rd against the quarterback and 24th against the pass. They're 18th against the rush, so not that great against the rush either. I just think he's in a good spot. He's playing good football this year. Uh, so I could see you playing him as your quarterback this week. And he's only 5,800 salary cap. salary, guys. Excuse me. Um, yeah, Daniel Jones. Not sure I love his matchup, but he is playing football this year, guys. 23.7 fantasy points per game. Uh, I'm happy for Daniel Jones. He's in a spot now where he can play some good football. I don't know where the disconnect was in New York, but he just seems to be playing better football in Indianapolis. So that's good to see for him. Uh, Drake May averaging good points per game, but I don't like the matchup at all here. Carolina ranked first against the quarterback. Geno Smith was one of the other ones I like, guys. Geno is playing the Bears. The Bears are ranked 30th against the quarterback, 27th against the pass, and 26th against the rush. I think Geno's in a great spot. He's only 5,400. So that's what I'm saying. There are some cheaper options than Josh Allen, even though he's got a good matchup. I would easily play Geno Smith here. He's only averaging 17.9 a game, but he has had some good games. I think, yeah, he's had 2 games over 20 points. He just had one really bad game against Los Angeles that, kind of brought down his average. But in reality, 2 games over 20 points is pretty good. Michael Penix Jr., I'm hoping he has a bounce back week here. He 24 points in week 1. He was my quarterback in week 1. I played him, and I definitely did not regret it. 24 points. Washington is 24th against the quarterback, 23rd against the pass. However, Michael Penix Jr. has only got like 5.3 fantasy points in week 2, 5.8 in week 3. That doesn't look too good. But I'm going to go ahead and say this week that he's going to have a bounce back week. I'm myself prediction here. I'm going to say I expect him to get at least 15 points. He is not one of my favorite quarterbacks here, but he is somebody, if you're trying to save on your salary, that I think you could play him. I don't necessarily advise it, but I think you could play him. Let's see. Don't love too many other matchups down here. Guys, Flacco has a good matchup on paper. Lions are 27th against the quarterback position, 16th against the pass. And I don't want to eat my words here, but he's had good matchups already in 2 or 3 games, I believe. Maybe all of the games he's played, at least 2 of them, I'm pretty sure were great matchups on paper, and he's averaged 9.9 a game, which is disappointing. It's disappointing. I feel like he's had so much potential. He's a veteran quarterback. I want to see him succeed, and he just, yeah. Well, anyways, moving on. Another guy you could look at is Bryce Young. Bryce Young is playing the Patriots, who are 21st against the quarterback, 30th against the pass. I think it's an okay matchup here, and he's cheap. That would be the significance, I think, of playing him. I don't love him in this spot, but he's cheap. So probably my top favorites, guys, just pointing them out again. I like Geno Smith quite a bit. Like Caleb Williams a lot here. And then Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. Those are my top quarterbacks that I like this week. Let's go ahead and move on to the running back position. Guys, the stud running backs this week, I do not like their matchups. McCaffrey averaging 23.3 fantasy points a game. But the Jaguars are 4th against the running back, 4th against the rush, 17th against the pass. I just don't love that matchup here. I don't know that I want to pay up for that. although he's only 8,500. I feel like the salaries used to be higher. Am I mistaken, guys? Let me know in the comments, or if I'm mistaken. For some reason, I could see them being like in the tens uh, last year, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't. It's strange to me that I'm not remembering because I've played fantasy football for years, guys. Um, all right. Anyways, moving on to Bijan Robinson. Um, Commanders are third against the running back, 12th against the rush. Again, I don't like his matchup. Really don't like the matchup for Jahmyr Gibbs. Browns second against the running back, first against the rush. Saquon Barkley looks like an okay matchup, except the Buccaneers are fifth against the rush, but 16th against the running back position. Saquon Barkley, let's just see for fun how many receptions or how many targets he's got. He's got 5 targets in week 3, 2 targets in week 2, 5 targets in week 1. I think you're safe to play Saquon Barkley here. And honestly, guys, those top 3 running backs you could probably play because they're just studs. And I have had plenty of experiences in playing fantasy football uh, where the running backs that are in bad matchups, but they're just stud players, they still go off. Not always, but they definitely can. Another thing here, and this one I regret, guys, that I did not play him last week was Jonathan Taylor because I saw his matchup, and when I made my lineup, I forgot about him. For some reason, I just completely forgot about him, and then he absolutely went off. So, yeah, definitely regret not playing him last week. But the Rams are first against the running back, 13th against the rush. I don't love his matchup here, but 27 fantasy points a game. Are you kidding me? I could still see him getting points. Derrick Henry, I could see them using him just to run over the Chiefs, who are 15th against the running back and 18th against the pass. Definitely don't dislike Henry a whole lot. Well, let me put it this way: I don't hate the thought of playing him this week, but I don't love it either. James Cook, guys, averaging 24.8 fantasy points a game. The Saints are 26th against the running back, 14th against the rush. I like Cook here. And, I haven't been a huge fan of James Cook since he's been in the league, really. I don't know why. There's nothing against him. I just haven't been a huge fan, and that's bit me in the butt sometimes in some showdown matchups and other games. So I like his matchup here. I think he'd be great to play this week. Bucky Irving, I'm not. Well, let's see. The Eagles are 24th against the rush. They're 12th against the running back. He can catch passes. I wouldn't blame you for playing him. He is not one of my favorites. So far, guys, out of all these running backs, the one that I like the most here is James Cook. As far as the matchup this week, he's not my favorite player, but he's the matchup that I like. Kyron Williams, I feel like he's not having as good a year so far as previous seasons, but he's still a good back. Colts are 13th against the running back, 7th against the rush. Don't think I'm going to go there this week. Ashton Genty hasn't produced a whole lot so far, guys, but this matchup, the Bears are 27th against the running back. They are 26th against the rush, 27th against the pass for that matter. I think I'm comfortable playing Genty here. But that's, again, my opinion. You guys might laugh at me for that. I would be comfortable playing him with that kind of a matchup, and I think this will be a bounce back week for him. Alvin Kamara has been a guy that I have liked ever since he got in the league. Bills ranked 32nd against the rush, 22nd against the running back position. They're second against the pass. Only thing is with Alvin Kamara is he has not put together really that good of a fantasy game this year. He's had 13.7 points in week 1, 17 in week 2, 6.6 in week 3, but I am comfortable playing him here as well. Since the Bills have just played awful against the run, the rush, I would feel comfortable playing him. Chuba Hubbard looks like possibly may not play. Okay, he is expected to play. I don't know, coming off of an injury with this matchup that I would play him at all. In fact, I know that I want to play him. The New England is second against the rush, 18th against the running back, but I just coming off of an injury. Let's see how many targets he's had, just for fun. He had 6 targets in week 2, 5 in week 1, and 3 in week 3. That's okay. That would make me more inclined to play him a little bit, but coming off the injury, I don't think I'm going to. Omari and Hampton, who absolutely just lit up my Denver defense. New York is 28th against the running back, 31st against the rush, and 28th against the pass. Guys, I like Omari and Hampton here. I like that. I'm going to try to make this fast and kind of skip over some of these. Quickly take a look at Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is playing the Texans, who's 24th against the running back, 16th against the rush. I can see you playing Pollard here. I don't love it, but I could see you playing him. Just going to skip over a lot of these guys. I'm tempted to look at Travion Henderson's matchup. Carolina's 20th against the running back, 25th against the rush. If they could get him the ball, he hasn't had too many attempts, guys, but I think he could do well. If they would start feeding him the ball. Ramondre Stevenson, he really hasn't had too many attempts either, but he did have a big week too. I can already tell I'm not going to like the matchups for Krosky Merritt or for Swift. Scattaboo, Judkins. No, I don't like any of these matchups. I can tell right offhand. Nick Chubb has not produced a whole lot. In week 2, he did okay, which I believe I played him in week 2. The Titans are 30th against the running back. They are 29th against the rush, 22nd against the pass. I don't blame you for not playing Nick Chubb, but I also definitely would not blame you for playing him. I think he's got a great matchup here. He's only 5,100. Chance to be a little different. One that is kind of frustrating and annoying, I think, because I played him, I believe last week. Were they a primetime game last week, or was that the week before? I don't know, guys. But I did play him, I believe, in a showdown match. And I had him as my captain because on paper he looked phenomenal. And you could see, well, I'll go back to it. You can see what he's done. 5.8, 3.9, 4.8. That's awful. 10 attempts, 5 attempts. They just have not been utilizing the running back. But this could be a bounce back week for him. Baltimore's 32nd against the running back, and they are 30th against the rush, 31st against the pass. If Kansas City could get up and take a lead here in this game, I could see him kind of taking over this game. Baltimore, like I said, 32nd against the running back. Pacheco on paper should be good. I don't think I trust him enough here to play him personally, even though that is a good matchup. Skipping over some of these other players. With that said about Pacheco, guess who did seem to do better in that last game? It was Kareem Hunt, who had 11.4 fantasy points. Still not tremendous. Uh, I don't know that I'd play either one of those guys, but I definitely would not blame you for doing it. I can see why you would do it. Uh, for sure. Against a team that's worst in the league against the running back position, I still don't trust it because they haven't produced enough for me to want to play them. Um, all right, moving along. We're going to take a look at wide receivers. I have not looked at them at all yet. Puka Nakua, 26.5 points a game. That's nuts. The Colts are 14th against the wide receivers, 8th against the pass. I don't love the matchup, but it's Puka Nakua, and he's just been on fire in a good way. All right, Nico Collins. Nico Collins is set up in a great spot this week, guys. Just looking at the matchups up front. I'm not diving in deep into the defenses or anything like that, but just the basic raw stats here. It's looking on paper like he could have a great week. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 23.8 a game, but I don't like the matchup here. Brown's 9th against the wide receiver, 4th against the pass. This could be one of those games that I think he's kind of settled down a little bit. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Malik Neighbors, not loving that matchup. I can already tell. Emeka Egbuka. Egbuka. The Ravens are 17th against the wide receiver, 11th against the pass. I'm not loving that either, except Mike Evans is out. So with Mike Evans out, Egbuka is going to be your number one guy. As far as I'm aware. So who else do they have? Let's just go ahead. Let's scroll over. Let's look at Tampa Bay's depth chart and see where they're at right now. Because Godwin says he's questionable. I don't think that Godwin's going to be playing this. I don't think he was playing until like week 6 or 7. Am I wrong? If he plays, then he'll probably be the number 2. Whoops. Let's go back. Let's just see what they're saying about Godwin here. Ankle is expected to play on Sunday. So I take back what I said about Egbuka being number 2, or being number 1 now. It's looking like it's Chris Godwin. But coming back from an injury, I still see them going to Egbuka more than Godwin. I think. We're just going to have to monitor that and see how it goes. Lad McConkey, I think, will be an excellent week for Lad. He's only averaging 10.4 a game. New York's 31st against the wide receiver, 28th against the pass. I think he's a great play. A.J. Brown, Buccaneers are 12th against the wide receiver, 20th against the pass. I don't love him in that spot. Would like to see more usage from him this year, too, than we've seen. Odunze has been pretty strong, guys. 15 points in 2 of his games, and then last week he had that 34.8. I should correct it. 15.7 in week 1, 15.2 in week 3, and then 34.8 in week 2, just to be specific. Odunze is playing the Raiders, who's 30th against the wide receiver and 24th against the pass. I like him. I like him in that spot, and I might play him myself. Devontae Adams still rocking on strong. And what is his news here? His hamstring is what's got the questionable tag on him. Sean McVay expecting the wideout to play. Looks like he will play. most likely you're going to want to check back in. Not on my channel, different channel, because I don't post that stuff. But yeah, Devontae Adams, I don't like his matchup at all. You could play him, but I don't like his matchup. I'm going to skip over some of these guys. I'm going to skip over a lot of them, actually. There's some banged up wide receivers, guys. There's a lot of them with questionable tags. McMillan. McMillan here, guys, is playing New England, who's 26th against the wide receiver, 30th against the pass. He's in a good spot. He is expected to play. So, again, you're going to want to check back in, but I like him as far as matchups go here at New England. Xavier Worthy, is he back? He is back. He got injured there in week 1, guys, but it looks like he is making a return. I'm not sure how much they're going to use him in this game, coming back off the injury, but Baltimore's 23rd against the wide receiver, 31st against the pass. He's got a great matchup on paper, if they do use him quite a bit. Looking at Drake London. Drake London averaging 10.3 a game. Washington's 25th against the wide receiver, 23rd against the pass. I could see you playing London here. Pearsall, Ricky Pearsall is questionable. Didn't practice Wednesday due to his knee injury. I don't like that as far as picking a fantasy player, but yeah, you would definitely want to check back in if you're wanting to play him. I don't think I would play him in this spot. Jaguars are 27th against the wide receiver and 17th against the pass. But with that injury, I don't know that I would play Ricky Pearsall here. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think I would trust that personally. Coleman, I don't even know if I want to look at the matchup because I can already tell I don't love it. The Saints are 18th against the wide receiver, 18th against the pass. He's only averaging 12.9 a game. David Moore, we already looked at the matchup, but he's getting 10.7 a game. I'm not sure I love him in this spot either, you guys. Quentin Johnson, he's been averaging 18.6 a game. And New York, as we said before, 31st against the wide receiver, 28th against the pass. I could totally see playing him this week. In fact, I like that play quite a bit. 5,500. Yeah, I like it. Jacoby Myers. Let's see. The Bears are 29th against the wide receiver, 27th against the pass. I like Jacoby Myers here. He's been in the league a long time, averaging 13.3 a game, but I could see him having a really good week this week. Keenan Allen, guys, I'm not even going to click on it. We've already seen the matchup. We've already seen 2 other wide receivers from the Chargers. 18.8 fantasy points a game, and he's even cheaper than the other 2. 5,300. Need I say more? I don't think so. Hunter Brown, Baltimore's 23rd against the wide receiver, 31st against the pass. But if Xavier Worthy is back, I think that will cut down his play time some. Or maybe not cut down his play time, but cut down his targets some. I could see you playing him. I don't love it. Pittman, guys, is he in a spot to thrive? Rams are 22nd against the wide receiver, 6th against the pass. He's been playing well. I don't love that spot. Oh my goodness, Juwan Jennings, another one who's questionable. Non-participant, 5 straight injury reports due to shoulder and ankle injuries before getting back on the field Friday, giving him a chance to return to action this week. You're going to have to check back in on him. I don't like the matchup. that much anyways. We already talked about that with Ricky Pearsall. I don't. Yeah, that's a lot of questionable wide receivers, and that stinks for San Francisco. That Jennings and Pearsall are questionable. Jerry Jeudy hasn't done much at all this year. The Lions are 24th against the pass, however, 16th against the pass. They are 24th against the wide receiver. Don't love that spot either. Calvin Ridley, guys, he was so good. I feel like showing so much promise in the beginning of his career. So far, I haven't seen a whole lot of production with the Titans. Yeah, I want to see more there, I think, before I start playing him again. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I could say that. If he had a nice enough matchup, I would, take a shot on him. But right now, I want to see more. Skipping over Bateman. We already looked at Drake London's matchup, so I'm not going to pull it up for Mooney, but I like Mooney. But he's only averaged 6.2 a game. That I do not like. Let's look at Luther Burden. Luther Burden the third, 22.8 points in week 3, averaging 8.3 a game. The Raiders are 30th against the wide receiver, 24th against the pass. I'm not sure if there was an injury, or if he just saw an uptick in usage. What is he there? Let me check, guys, real quick and just see. I want to look at the depth chart for Chicago. He's listed as their 4th wide receiver. He's under Zacchaeus. Moore and Odunze don't look hurt this week, so I'm not sure if they were last week, but I don't think I would want to play him personally, guys. Is there any more wide receivers that I want to look at? I kind of want to try to wrap this show up for you guys. I don't like taking them too long. Cedric Tillman. I like the matchup. 24th against the wide receiver, 16th against the pass. I don't love it. I like it. He's averaged 10.7 a game, so that's something I was looking at. Christian Kirk played last week for the first time this year, 5.5 points. I would expect that they're going to use him maybe a little bit more in this game. The Titans are 28th against against the wide receiver, 22nd against the pass. I could see why you would play Kirk. He's cheap. He's a good receiver. The other one, guys, is Trey Tucker. Are you kidding me? 43.9 points in week 3. I missed that somehow too. I did not see that. And the Bears are 29th against the wide receiver, 27th against the pass. Here's the thing. He's 4,200 points. Or not points. He's $4,200 for the salary. Guys, I'd be surprised if a lot of people aren't playing him this week, but I think they have some common sense if they do, because he's averaged 20.7 a game and is in a fantastic matchup. I think I'm going to be playing him, even though he's chalky. I think that I probably will. I'm not for sure on that, but Thornton, I don't think he'll do as much with Xavier Worthy back, but he might do something. And by that, I mean Thornton for Kansas City. You got Thornton Jr. right below him for Las Vegas. I'm not even going to look at that matchup because of his fantasy points per game thus far. I'm going to say Alec because I don't want to mispronounce his last name. Ayo Manor, if I'm saying it right. I have never heard of this gentleman. And have not been, I must have been skipping over him in previous weeks looking on DraftKings because I have not seen him that I recall. But He's averaged 10.9 a game. Texans are 21st against the wide receiver, 13th against the pass. This guy could be worth playing if you need a cheap wide receiver. And I think you got Hunter Renfrow averaging 9.8 a game. Maybe, guys, some of these guys, they have great matchups you could play, but they don't produce much in their games. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to the tight ends now. I think that's pretty much all that I care to look at for the wide receivers. And I apologize, this show is getting long. Tight ends, you got Brock Bowers. 12.3 on average a game. And the Bears are 21st against the tight end, 27th against the pass. I think he could do well. Travis Kelce looks like he's in a good spot here, guys. Baltimore's 25th against the tight end, 31st against the pass, and it's Travis Kelce. Warren against the Rams. Tyler Warren, 11.2 on average a game. Rams are 14th against the tight end, 6th against the pass. I don't love that matchup there. Dalton Kincaid, 13.4 on average a game. The Saints are 17th against the tight end, 18th against the pass. I could see the argument to play him. I don't think he's going to be my tight end this week. Skipping over most of these other ones. Guys, Fannin has outproduced. He's averaging 9.6 points a game. The Lions are 27th against the tight end, 16th against the pass, but he's averaging 9.6 a game, and Njoku is only averaging 7.9. So I like him, I think, more than Njoku here. He's got a good matchup this week. Not sure that I'm going to play him, mainly because they have Njoku. Kyle Pitts Sr. is averaging 9.5 a game. Washington's 23rd against the tight end, 23rd against the pass. I just don't love that spot here. I don't think he's going to be the tight end I play. Sanders is injured for Carolina. Looked like he had a good matchup there. Will Dissly is out for Los Angeles. That might produce a lot more for Tyler Conklin. He's only got 2.4 a game. He had that one deep catch in week 1. New York's 19th against the tight end, 28th against the pass. I think I might like Tyler Conklin here. I don't expect him to put up huge numbers. But I expect him to put up better numbers than previous with Dissly out. Yeah, guys, man, there's not a whole lot of tight ends plays that I like this week. I guess if I had to pick a favorite right now, it would probably either be Fannin Jr. or Brock Bowers. And then on the low end, I did like, oh, guys, where'd he go? I did like Tyler Conklin at 2,700. Could see you playing him. Yeah, so to go over defenses and wrap this thing up, just taking a look, the Lions looks like they have a good matchup here. The Texans have a good matchup, but I don't think I'll play either one of those just due to their fantasy points per game. Patriots and the Commanders would most likely be the ones that I would look to next. They don't average a whole lot more in these games. Eagles at Tampa Bay. I'm looking at a lot of matchups here, guys. I'm trying to just think as well as the teams that are playing. Um, yeah, there you have the Colts and you have the Panthers. Though I think I like those thus far the best. The Colts are playing the Rams, who are 20th against the defense. The Colts are playing good defense, it looks like this year, guys. 7 sacks on the season, 4 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, fumble recovery. Let's see, you also have the Panthers. They got a good matchup this week. New England's 30th against the defense. Panthers have 4 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, 1 sack, 1 defensive touchdown. I think I like the Panthers here quite a bit. You got the Jaguars. They're averaging 10.3 a game. But they've played Cincinnati, they've played Carolina, and they've played Houston. So I'm not sure that impresses me too much. This week they have the 49ers. I don't know that I expect them to do that well against the 49ers. But picking defenses, guys, is probably going to be one of these 3 teams for me. I think the one I trust the most here would be the Colts. I don't necessarily like the matchup as much. But yeah, we'll say the Colts. So I guess I'll just give you a quick lineup that I like here. Do Herbert. I'm gonna go James Cook. I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara. No, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Omari and Hampton here, guys. I think I'm gonna go Omari and Hampton, and just kind of scroll through these wide receivers. I like Ladd McConkey. I like Nico Collins. I'm just throwing this together really quick, guys, just to give you an idea of the players that I like the most. Ladd McConkey. I think I like Johnston more here in this spot. He's cheaper. We'll just pick a tight end really quick. I'm just, for fun, gonna throw in Conklin down here. I don't expect him to go like absolutely berserko on New York, but I think he could do well. I'll throw my defense in there really quick just to see what I would have left over here. And just for fun, I'll do the Panthers instead of the Colts. That would open up, 100 more for my salary? Maybe it was the same. I'm not sure. Yeah, with who that would leave, I did like Alvin Kamara. I did like Ashton Genty. So for fun, just for fun, guys, put Alvin Kamara in there. And then this is the lineup that you would have. And I just show this to show you the players that I really do like the most this week. So there you have it. Yeah, Justin Herbert, James Cook III, Omari and Hampton, Nico Collins, Odunze, you got Johnston, you got Conklin, you got Kamara, and you got the Panthers. I think these are all good choices for this week. The one that I would question the most is that Tyler Conklin, but yeah, no guarantees, guys, but these are the ones I like the most. I appreciate you listening. I hope that that you stuck it out this far. Yeah, if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. If you want to like it, I'd appreciate it. And certainly welcome to your comments. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.